And I think this is especially true, or it's becoming more true in the military. I've had the chance to do some consulting and training work for the Army. As a matter of fact, even just this year, and some of the organizational health curriculum that I'm certified in. And what's interesting is, for the longest time, and we probably saw this philosophy modeled most in the military, but I see it changing a little bit. And it gets back to what you were talking about with John Maxwell and the 5 levels of leadership, where positional, leadership, only lasts so long. You got to kind of ascend those rungs of the 5 levels ladder. But there's this idea of leadership being authority, and obviously there is some, or there can be some authority that comes with leadership. But since you mentioned, I mean, John Maxwell says leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. Where do you see the distinctions between leadership as authority and those leaders that tend to make the mistake of thinking, oh, because I'm a leader, I have this authority, or it's authority that gives me leadership, versus people that lean into influence, who may not even have a position of authority, but that are able to make change and make a difference where they are? What do you think the mindset needs to be for a person to be able to strike the right balance between those two, if that's possible?
Another great question, Will, because as a young officer, authoritative leadership was what I used, right? Because I'm the leader, do what I tell you to do. What I have learned, though, is distributed leadership is more important. And so we want to make sure, as I talk to my leaders that I've had the privilege to lead, is I can never delegate responsibility. I can delegate authority, and I should do that, because as a leader, I want to grow leaders. I don't want to just add leaders, because then that's what John calls addition, is creating followers. But when you multiply and you grow leaders, then you're expanding your capacity and your ability. I think COVID has taught us that lesson coming out of COVID, is that if you want people to work in your organization, people need to feel valued, they need to be respected, but they need to see where they fit in and how they contribute to that. And so empowering people to do the job you have hired them to do, and trust them to do it until they demonstrate that they can, will help with ensuring that people will stay with you. People have choices now. And there are a plethora of opportunities out there for everyone to participate. Why would they choose to work in my organization versus another organization where they may not make as much money in my organization? Well, it starts with creating a culture and a climate where they feel like they are valued, respected, and trusted to do their job.
Hey, John Maxwell here. I'm excited to endorse the book that Kim Moore has written. To the inspiring female leaders in my audience, listen up. My friend Dr. Kim Moore knows what it takes to get a seat at the table, and her experience will inspire you and her advice will challenge you. That's why you need to get her book. You're in the leadership chair. Now what? And while you're at it, pick up a few more copies for your close friends who want to be taken seriously as leaders. I can't wait for you to be changed as a result of reading this book.
Thank you, John. This is Dr. Kim Moore. To get your own copy of my new book, You're in the Leadership Chair, Now What?, which is now available on Amazon, just go to leadershipchairbook.com.